report that was released yesterday, and we have a press statement to release as pertains our views on the results of just concluded census. And in our press release, we are saying that between 24th and 31st August 2019, both days inclusive, the national government commenced the national census and enumeration process pursuant to the Statistics Census of Population of Order 2018, issued by a cabinet secretary responsible for planning. The exercise was undertaken by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics as provided by the Section 4 of the Statistics Act. The preliminary results were released for the 2019 census were released on 4th November 2019, that was yesterday, and it was reported that Tharaka Nithi County has a population of 393,177. The figures represents a slight increase of about 27,000 residents from the census of 2009, which showed that Tharaka Nithi County had a population of 365,847 at that time. The population census results will be used to provide the facts that are essential to the government for policy making, planning, administration purpose, providing data for scientific analysis and appraisal of the composition, distribution and past prospective growth of the population for research purposes, providing data for use in the business, industry and labor markets in determining consumable demands for goods and services anchored on the population size, and providing data that is necessary for the electoral boundaries delineation. Most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, the emulated results will be used in the formula for revenue allocation. There should be a true reflection of the population of the county and the country. From the parameter, weights, population is utmost importance, carrying almost half the weight in consideration. Article 203 of the Constitution provides for the desirability of stable and predictable allocation of revenue. The data to be used for the parameter of the population will now be based on the 2019 population census results. The 2019 census results for the Tharaka Nithi County are inaccurate in our consideration because of the following reasons. Number one, the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics report released in early 2019 provided the following as the registered births and deaths statistics from 2011 to 2018, a period of only 7 years. That in that period, the registered births in Tharaka Nithi were 53,930 for only 7 years. The total registered deaths was only 10,411 in those 10 years. The report therefore recorded growth of 43,529 from 2011 to 2018, and this is after comparing the number of reported births and deaths. The increase by 27,000 represents a rate of 8 births per day in the whole county, and that is according to the statistics released yesterday. The rate of increase is way lower than the documented population dynamics, considering the births and deaths, the births and death rates. For instance, just one hospital, Chuka District Hospital, recorded more than 8 births per day according to these statistics. The rate of increase is inconsistent with what is obtained for the rest of the country, including neighboring counties. The enumerated figures fall way below the projected ones based on the previous census. The projected figures, according to the same Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, was 4,900 498,000 for the 2019 census. The results are not a true reflection of the demographic trend in the country. And to support this, in 2017, the registered voters in Tharaka Nithi County were 213,154 in 2017, which was 2 years before the population census. Going by the results released yesterday, this means that out of the population of 393,177, about 180,023 are children. Certainly, the results are not true reflection of the demographic trend in the entire country and neighboring African countries, because you cannot have a population where the children are less than the adults. In this particular case, the population of registered voters who are adults are 213,154, while the children are 180,000 as per these results that were released yesterday. Where in Africa can you find this? Only probably in the statistics of Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. The majority of the county residents were not enumerated, despite the various efforts by the county leaders to make sure residents were back home for the exercise. And this is evident, and we can have a quick check. There are very many people who are not counted, despite even this result that we are supporting here. We, the leaders of Tharaka Nithi, call upon the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics to undertake a further evaluation and analysis of the census results from the county of Tharaka Nithi. It is for the interest of the county to conduct a repeat census in the whole county of Tharaka Nithi to determine the exact population residing in the county. The exercise is vital and significant, since it will affect the sharing of national resources, infrastructure, county governance, and other important issues. It is therefore our view that if the Cabinet Secretary for Planning, together with Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, does not review the results for the Tharaka Nithi County as requested, we shall be compelled to move to High Court, seeking orders to compel them to cancel the results for the county of Tharaka Nithi and repeat the remuneration exercise, so that the people of Tharaka Nithi can get their right in having correct statistics, just like the rest of the country. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is agreed by all the elected leaders. We have in the national platform, we are 6 of us in number, and as you can see that we already have 4 seated here. We have apologies of the Senator of Tharaka Nithi, who agrees with what we have read here today, and he says he's part and parcel of the agreement. And also we have an apology of the county member of parliament, Honorable Beatrice Gather, who also agrees with what we've said. I will give this opportunity to my colleagues to now give their comments in either language of the choice. Honorable Kitonga Murugara. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Governor. Thank you, members of the press. Mine is to associate myself with the statement that has been released by the leadership of Tharaka Nithi County. We have examined, evaluated, and taken into consideration the results that were released, and there are discrepancies which cannot be explained in any manner that we can understand. The fact that the population has grown by a very small margin is in itself questionable, and it makes these results to a greater extent incredible. And therefore, as we have said, we are making a call on the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics to reevaluate the enumeration of the county so that we either get accurate results or we get explanation as to why, while the country was growing at a rate of about 41%, we actually have only about 70% for Tharaka Nithi County. We have also given a very clear indication as to what our prayers are, and that if these are not attended to, we will not hesitate to go to court to seek redress on behalf of the people of Tharaka Nithi County. For they are aggrieved, we are aggrieved, and we are saying there is injustice meted towards the people of Tharaka Nithi, which injustice must be addressed. Therefore, those are our considered views as leadership, a united leadership in this, and we will be carrying our wishes to the very last. Thank you very much.
Very good. Thanks so much, members of the fourth estate. I'm Tharaka Nithi MP Mara constituency, and I would like to associate myself with the press release as laid out by our governor and indicate that it is well known nationally and internationally that the Tharaka Nithi County is known of the tyranny of numbers. And the tyranny of numbers of the Tharaka Nithi County is not reflected as per the numbers or the statistics which were released yesterday. Because prior to the census itself, there was the preliminary survey which was done, which indicated that the numbers from the Tharaka Nithi County was supposed to be more than 480,000. And when we got the final figures of 396, to us it was shocking, and it was erroneous. And that's why, as the leadership of the county, we are calling upon the Cabinet Secretary in charge of National Treasury, who is in charge of planning, and the Kenya Bureau of Statistics to review the statistics which are coming out from Tharaka Nithi County. The law is very clear. In case the leadership of a county petitions the government needs to take it up for subsequent review, and that is what we are calling up at the leadership of the Tharaka Nithi County. And failure to that, we are prepared to go the long haul by going to High Court to petition the judiciary to annul the result of the Tharaka Nithi County. Secondly, the law is also extremely very clear. People could have been counted anywhere. And as per the forms which you are filling up, you are indicating your resident county, where you come from, your sub-locations and the rest. And we are asking the Kenya Bureau of Statistics if at all those numbers were really counted, because quite a number of people who come from the Tharaka Nithi County, it could have happened that they did not have an opportunity of traveling up country, and they were counted elsewhere. Maybe they were counted in Kiambu, they were counted in Nairobi. So we want the Kenya Bureau of Statistics to also be very clear what happened to such numbers, because quite a number of us, I strongly believe they were counted elsewhere, but they had been given clear indications as which county comes from. So we are giving notice to the Kenya Bureau of Statistics to relook in terms of the numbers of the Tharaka Nithi County, okay, so that they can be able to review the numbers which came out yesterday. And I thank you.
Thank you. I'm Patrick Monene, Member of Parliament, Chukega Bangombe. Chukega Bangombe is in Tharaka Nithi County. And I'm here today to associate myself with the statement made by other leaders from the county, as one of the leaders from that county. One, the results were released yesterday. I would hate to call the results that were released yesterday by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics a big joke. Looking at the numbers that were given from Tharaka Nithi, and looking at all logics surrounding a census, whereby we are given a census that says that we have more grown-ups in Tharaka Nithi than children, that the number of registered voters in Tharaka Nithi are more than children. You can only get such a population strata in Europe, not in Africa. So we are calling upon the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics to start taking their job seriously, because census is a serious thing. It will be used for resource allocation in this country, and the president even ordered immediately and directed all ministries to start using that census result to plan for this country. And at the back of my mind, I even fear to think that these census results across the country might have been manipulated to favor politics, and especially politics of BBI. Because I've heard people say that the constituencies will be reduced in this country. Looking at what the constitution we passed in 2002, which is very clear that a constituency that we have 2010, a constituency less than 130 people will be merged with other constituencies. It means that Tharaka Nithi 3 constituencies will be left with 2. And I've looked at across the country and seen that the proponents of reducing constituencies to 90 constituencies were hiding somewhere. So we are calling upon the Kenya Bureau of Statistics. And as a leader, I won't shy away from saying the truth and saying what I feel. Because as a leader, as a politician, I feel people have played politics with this census, which will be very bad for this country, because the people of Tharaka Nithi are taxpayers. And when we reduce their population and give the long result for a census, we want to disadvantage the residents of Tharaka Nithi. So we are here as leaders today calling upon the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics and the Cabinet Secretary responsible for planning and treasury to come back again, report to duty, and do a thorough census for the people of Tharaka Nithi. Thanks so much.
Haya, nikimalizia ndio tuchukue maswali kidogo tu. Tukimalizia kuuliza maswali, tunajua hii ni provision results. Hiyo ndio comfort yetu. Provision means imetolewa, ndio watu ambao wako aggrieved watoe maoni, na hapo ndio tuko. Kwa hivyo kama ni provision results, sheria inasema kwamba tuangalie na iangaliwe tena kama mlalamishi kabla ijatolewa ile matoleo ya mwisho. Ndio sababu hii window iko hapa ya about 3 to 6 months inafaa kutumika kufanya hiyo kazi ya kurekebisha ile ya Tharaka Nithi. Siasa kando, Tharaka Nithi iko katika Kenya, na iwezekani, na hii ni muhimu sana, iwezekani kwamba Tharaka Nithi iko katikati ya Meru County ambayo imeongeza population karibu double kwa hiyo miaka 10, Embu ambayo imeongeza population karibu double, na Tharaka Nithi pale katikati ambao menendo yao ile tunaita social behavior, economic, yote inapelekana na hizi neighboring constituencies. We do not have different social factors that can make Tharaka Nithi have a slower growth rate than the neighboring counties, because the religion may be more or less the same. I want to believe that if in Meru County men are having one wife, Tharaka Nithi are having the same, Embu the same. How can Tharaka Nithi be sandwiched in between totally different morphological growth of a county, different from the other two neighboring counties? That is where I see a problem, because we are less the same people. In fact, to put it more rightly, Tharaka Nithi is part of the greater, what we call the Meru people. So the people who live in Tharaka Nithi are Meru people, just like the ones who live in Meru County. Their behaviors are the same. So how then can it have Meru County having a much bigger growth than Tharaka Nithi, and they are the same people, same behaviors, same everything? That is why we see there is a problem, and we are not saying they cannot be corrected. We know sometimes in every process there can be mistakes, there can be handles, and they can be handled. We would like them to be looked into so that Tharaka Nithi can have their share right. And the most critical one, and that's the one I want to take you to take home, the one that the members of parliament have alluded to, hizi figures zikienda vile ziko, ni kumaanisha kwamba the quota system ya nchi mzima ambayo inatumia census kugawa anything including employment in Kenya in general. Hata ukiingia hapa bunge siku hizi nasikia kuandikana, ukienda ukiangalia utaambiwa nyinyi mmemaliza quota yenu. Ukiangalia kuandikana kwa jeshi, kwa polisi na wale wengine, ukiangalia hata kugawa chakula, hata ile tu ya msaada peke yake wanaangalia quota system. Ukiangalia nafasi za shule katika national schools, hiyo pia inaangaliwa quota system. Na kwa hivyo kama iko kidogo, lazima pia quota system yetu ingekuwa ndogo. Constituencies, umesikia wajumbe amesema, kusema kweli Tharaka Nithi kuna constituency 3. Na saa hii ukiangalia hiyo average ni kumaanisha 393 divided by 3 itakuja below ila 130, ni kumaanisha mjumbe mmoja hapa mpaka aende nyumbani. Hiyo ni kumaanisha si mjumbe ameenda nyumbani, ni constituency mzima imechukuliwa ikapotea, ikakunywa maji. Labda tukiendelea hivyo utasikia kwamba hata vile maoni inakuja, utasikia pia Tharaka Nithi dissolved, imewekwa Embu na Tharaka Nithi na labda ingine Isiolo. Na hiyo ndio vitu ambayo hatutaki. Yani hiyo ni kumaanisha this is serious, very very serious. They are not just figures, they have implication on people's lives. Hiyo ndio shida yetu bwana Leto. Preliminary survey Kenya Bureau of Statistics, and I have asked my people to attach that page. When you're giving the press, attach the page of because Kenya Bureau of Statistics gives a report every year, and they gave a report that captures the population growth up to 2018 that's projected. One of it is based on the real statistics of register of, because there are things you can't lie about. The registered births, in Kenya nowadays, it is law that you register every birth. We have registered births, we have analyzed from the ones we have is from 2011 up to 2018. We have not even included 19. And up to there, we were getting around 53,000 births. When you look at the deaths registered, it is coming to only 10,000. That means by just using that statistics only, we have a growth of 45,000, which is just at a glance, which is not captured. However, we are basing on the facts. It is not speculation. Now, it is good because we are using the same figures of the same agency, the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, and the report is there. It is a public knowledge, and we have asked our clerk to attach it. Tuko sawa? Asanteni. Yes.